Hi, it's Renee with Benchmark. In today's video, we're going to show you a little bit about municipal asset management, mapping. So there's always been a debate on what accuracy do you need to be able to survey municipal assets at. So municipal assets are like fire hydrants. You can see here, they're signposts, lamp posts, electrical gear, light standards, catch basins, trees, signs, manholes, anything. And there's a whole busy city running with all of this equipment, water valves, water mains, all over the city, and the city needs to know and the town needs to know where these assets are. So should they be mapped at sub-meter or should they be mapped at centimeter survey grade accuracy? This video is going to talk about that. So when we're talking sub-meter, which is something like this, when would we use this type of device to map a municipal asset? So it's for features that aren't that critical. So like a park bench or like a signpost. But there's other features within the municipality that are very critical, and they could have many different assets in the same location, and you want to be able to differentiate what those are. So if you had a lot of pipe infrastructure, you want to be able to locate that and dig up that information really quickly if you needed to excavate and find that information. So a lot of municipalities want to know what the cost difference is between sub-meter mapping equipment versus centimeter survey grade equipment. Sub-meter will cost you anywhere between $3,000 and $5,000 depending on the item, and RTK survey grade receivers will run you anywhere between $8,000 and $12,000 for a good one. And you also need corrections from that. You need to get corrections from either a reference station, but now we have lots of different options available for municipalities. We have L-band corrections that come from satellites. You can get a subscription for that type of service. We have Stormcaster services for like the city of Calgary, for example. We also have N-trip correction services. You can have your own base on radio infrastructure. You have lots of different options. So a lot of municipalities phone us and ask us, should I get the sub-meter system or should I get an RTK capable system? And really it comes down to how much high quality survey work does the municipality have. So what we find is that the largest cost in all of this asset mapping is the labor costs of the individuals doing the work. So if you're going to do an entire municipality, you may as well do it once, in my opinion, and get it with centimeter level accuracy, because the cost is going to be negligible compared to the labor cost of having to redo it. And the cost difference between sub-meter and RTK is not like it used to be. Like 10 years ago, you could pay $45,000 for a reference station. Nowadays, you don't have to pay anywhere near that. The complete system is less than half of that. So you can get a lot of work done if you have a small or medium-sized municipality, one base, one rover. You can do all of your infrastructure mapping and you can get it done quickly and you can get it done accurately, so it doesn't have to be redone. And all that data will match up all other sources that come into the municipality. So all of your GIS data will actually integrate and fit properly if you do it at higher accuracy than if you're doing it sub-meter. As a bonus tip, when municipalities are locating assets that are not that critical for very precise locations, they are probably going to want to log and capture the condition of those assets. So this particular case, we have one that's completely rusted. The hinges are starting to go on it. It probably needs to be painted. It probably needs a little bit of love and tender care. The lock seems to work, so we can record that information while we're out here. All right, so every one of these posts on this line has different number of transformers, and this one in particular has 3. This one might have 2 over there. That one might have 1. If I know the location of this pole, I can go and navigate directly to it and say, okay, this is the pole that has a transformer that isn't working well. So it's another reason to have accurate information on that location of this feature. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to record the power pole, show you how easy it's done. We're just pushing a few buttons. So I take the shot, store the shot, tell it it's a power pole, and then if I want to put an annotation, I can even do a voice recording and say, power pole, good condition, has 3 transformers on it and 6 insulators and 1 fiber optic line, and the rest is high voltage wires. Save. That's how easy it is to record the shot. Hopefully you get a feel for what I just did and show you that nowadays you don't have to do much effort to collect whatever you need and you can do it quickly. When you're doing asset management, you can collect attribute information in the field at the same time. For example, if you're looking at a fire hydrant, you can record its year, condition, pipe size, the pressure, maintenance history on it, for example. If you're looking at a light stand, you can tell if it's made with LED or fluorescent, what the wattage is, current year of installation. And then if you're looking at signage, you can describe the signage, the regulation of that sign or compliance, the date of installation, and its visible condition. So there's so many different options out there available nowadays. Most municipalities, they'll start off with sub-meter. They'll get, 3 or 4 of these, even some of them will get 10. If you start adding up the cost of all these sub-meter units, you could probably afford an RTK set up with your own reference station and base station. It will probably save you a ton of money and won't have to redo it later on. So if you ever have any questions on, which one is best for you, give us a call and we'll talk to you and we'll let you know what we think. It really depends on the size of your municipality and what you're trying to do.